Hey Facebook, it's Elaine, and first of all, I want to thank everyone, all my friends and family who have come onto this page to like and support me. I appreciate it so much. This is my first live video on my personal oil Facebook page. I do a ton of them all the time on my Oil Invader page, which is for my team and my whole group. So it feels a little weird, but I'm going to do it. Anyway, so what I'm going to be doing over the next 10 days is counting down the top 10 dōTERRA essential oils. These are the top oils that if you were to come to me and say, Elaine, what oils should I have in my house to help me and my family? These would be the 10 that I would recommend. So after I do this video, so the first one is Peppermint, which I'm going to be showing you. If you want to purchase Peppermint, just let me know, and it's super easy. Or these top 10 oils that I'm going to be going through each day are actually available in a really cool kit in 2 different sizes, so that also could be an option for you. So let's get started with Peppermint. So if you saw my post, I said that I was starting with Peppermint because Peppermint not only is in the dōTERRA top 10, it's probably it has to be the most used oil in my home. Peppermint comes 3 different ways. So it comes actually in the bottle of essential oil, 15 mLs. It also comes in a Rollerball, which means that it's pre-diluted with fractionated coconut oil. For those who don't know, fractionated coconut oil is coconut oil that does not ever solidify no matter what the temperature. So it's always in a liquid state. So also a Rollerball looks like this, because what I'm going to do on this page is just assume that everyone is brand new. So this is a Peppermint Rollerball, and this is an easy way to carry it around and to apply it, because peppermint is a hot oil, which means that if it gets close to the eyes, it will make your eyes tear. And if you're putting it on your skin, you should always use a carrier oil. The third way that peppermint comes is in these cute little beadlets. They're literally the tiniest, cutest things. I'm gonna try to get one out here to show you. So I don't know if you could see, but that's how tiny the beadlets are. So the peppermint beadlets is another way that you can also get peppermint. So it's a beadlet, a rollerball, and the oil. So what do we use peppermint for? So first of all, the reason that first got me into this, why I use peppermint, was for headaches. When I was pregnant, I was nervous to take any kind of over-the-counter medication. I had stopped caffeine cold, not drinking it at all, and I got the worst headaches, and that's when somebody recommended peppermint to me. So what do you do if you have a headache? I take the Rollerball. I literally carry this around with me in my bag. My kids use it. It's in my kitchen. We all use it. I just roll it right on my temples. Sometimes if I'm getting those tension headaches in the back, I'll roll it in the back of my neck, and this will not only cool, but it will get in there and it will help your headache. My kids and I also use it for stomach aches. You can take the Rollerball and just roll it right on your stomach when you're feeling like you ate something that maybe doesn't agree with you. That's when the beadlets also come in. You could take one of these beadlets. You can either just swallow the beadlet. It's so tiny, even a child could swallow it, and it's totally safe. You can let it sit in your mouth and just dissolve, and these just dissolve in your mouth, and it's like taking a super powerful Altoid, except it's all natural. Or you can actually, if you were carrying these around, you could just pop it in your finger, because they're super tiny. Here's one that fell on the table. You could just pop it in your fingers if you didn't happen to have the oil on you, and you could just like rub it on your temples or rub it on your stomach or wherever it is that you're not where you're feeling a headache or a stomach ache. My daughter gets car sickness. We have this all the time because in the car, what she'll do is she just applies it on her wrists, and she'll go like this, and then she'll smell it in the car to alleviate the car sickness. So that's another thing. Sinuses, I get a lot of sinus pressure. It helps open up that. You can just don't go too close to the eyes. If you get it in your eyes, you're not going to go blind. It will just water and sting for about like a minute. Never use water to get it out if you get into your eyes. Use the coconut oil. I literally just close my eyes and lay down, and then it goes away. I have gotten it in my eyes, obviously. I was driving once and had a headache, and I went like this, and it dripped in my eye, and then I pulled over. I'll save that story for another day. Peppermint is cooling. Seems obvious, right? Like all the commercials on anything that has to do with mints and stuff, it cools. So if you or anyone in your family has a high temperature, you can take the peppermint. What I do is I will put a little fractionated coconut oil in my hands. I'll put a couple drops of peppermint. I'll rub my hands together, and I'll either go on the spine, or if it's a child and you're afraid that they're going to touch the oil, you can put it on the bottom of their feet and then put socks on. It will cool the body temperature, okay? We don't want, those of you who are who study this kind of stuff and are obsessed like me probably know that you don't want the fever to go away totally, because you want the body to learn how to fight it. So that's also what it's good for. Seasonal threats, sneezing, that time of year, I have to be careful what I say, because the FDA is always watching, the Facebook police. So you can diffuse it in your home with lemon and lavender. This is great for seasonal threats, like, you know, when you get the pressure and you're sneezing and that time of year. What else here? Focus. Peppermint is amazing for focus. My niece actually told me that when she's coming home from a business trip and she's driving and she's falling asleep, feeling tired, not falling asleep, she has a car diffuser that you plug in your car, and she diffuses peppermint, and it keeps her awake, keeps her focused. It's great for times during the day. If you're at work and that 3:00 time comes and you're like, oh God, I'm like getting, you know, in that slump, instead of getting some coffee, maybe just diffuse some peppermint, take a beadlet, whatnot. I should put these up here so you can see them. I apologize if I'm talking very fast. I have to learn to talk slower on these lives. Bug bites, spiders do not like peppermint. Get a water bottle, like a water bottle that you would use for your hair or whatever. They sell them everywhere, the dollar store, Target, Walmart, wherever. Fill it with water, put some peppermint in it, and if you spray it around in the corners where you think spiders are, it will scare away spiders. If you get a bug bite, you can take the Rollerball or the peppermint, and you can mosquito bite or bee sting or whatever, put it right on it. If you have lavender as well, which we'll be doing later in the week as one of the top 10, that also will help, because one will help cool and soothe it, and the lavender will help with the inflammation. Let me see if I'm leaving anything out. If you do have a stomach ache, because this is dōTERRA, and as I said in my last post, if you took the time to read it, thank you very much. You can ingest our oils. On the side, if it says essential oil supplement, I don't know if you could see that or if it's going to focus in, then that means that it's a supplement and it can be ingested. So you can take a glass of water or stainless steel bottle, never use plastic, and you could put 1 or 2 drops in your water and you could drink it, and that will really help to ease your stomach. If you read my post, that was one of my red flags that I had. If you go on Amazon, if you go into Walmart, if you go to Bed Bath & Beyond, I've even seen oils in Urban Outfitters, and if it says on it, if it's a bottle of peppermint, think about it. Peppermint comes from the peppermint plant. If it's pure peppermint from the peppermint plant, why would you not be able to take a drop and put it under your tongue if you have a stomach ache, or put it in your water? So if it says on it, do not ingest, that's a huge red flag to me, that they added some kind of additive or synthetic to make it smell like peppermint, or a filler. In other words, they only have to have about a couple of drops of peppermint in their actual bottle, and then they could fill it with anything they want, and they could say it's 100% pure, it's organic. There's no rules. It's just like a free-for-all out there, which is why I only trust, and everything I'm saying here only applies to dōTERRA. So, I can't vouch for any other brands for here because I haven't done my research. I have done my research, I should say, on them, and I love this the best. So that is the first one in this series of 10 days of the top 10 dōTERRA essential oils. It is the peppermint, again, available these 3 ways: in your Rollerball, as a beadlet to carry around, and in your oil. So if you would like to purchase any of these, just comment or contact me in the messages, and I will hook you up or you can wait until I go through all 10 of these, and we do have a really awesome kit that's so worth it, and you save a lot of money by getting all 10 at once. So it's totally up to you. Let me know. Thanks for watching my first one, and I see you guys watching. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Teresa, and I will see you tomorrow with number 2. Bye.